So I wanted to make this video for quite a while now. It's something that's been on my mind, and being out here in Lanzarote has only solidified my thoughts and my wishes for what you can achieve when you come to boot camp. Because pretty much without exception, and I can think of 3 people, top of my head, who this doesn't apply to, and that's not many out of 100 members, pretty much without exception, when it comes to kettlebells, when it comes to circuits, when it comes to body weight, even to boxing to a lesser extent, you are not lifting or squatting deep enough, not lifting heavy enough, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And as coaches, we're there to support you and make sure you do it right. But sadly, our hands are a little bit tied when there's 20 of you in a room. We can't give our time to you as individuals. But that's not the nature of boot camp. We are a group training program, whichever way you look at it. And I suppose the reason why it's come to this point now, for the reason to make this video, is that, as I mentioned, if you watch my Lanzarote daily vlogs, you would have seen we went to a CrossFit gym on, lost count of days now, Thursday or Friday. And a CrossFit gym, Google it, you'll find out what a CrossFit gym is. But they're great places. They're basically big warehouses with lots of weights and people sweating a lot, working out super hard, but all super fit and healthy. There are people who aren't always, because they're just starting the program. And we don't have that at boot camp. We're probably a different age bracket, so there's an understanding that we may not be able to push ourselves as much as everybody else, and we don't have to, but you can do so much better. So as I was just about to say, the CrossFit gym we were at, I got the guys lifting weights, and that just means they're lifting a weight. That's not with a barbell or anything grand like that. It was just lifting a weight, like what they call a bumper plate, the ones you put on barbells, using heavier kettlebells, squatting deeper, lunging deeper, doing everything to perfection but slower. The sort of stuff we can do at boot camp. Now, I don't have all the weights in the world for you to use, because that's not how we work. You bring your own weights and I make sure you use them well. So what I'm getting around to saying is you've got to start using heavier weights. I've said this to a lot of you already many times, and I make a joke out of it because otherwise it sounds like I'm nagging you unnecessarily. I'm not really joking. I want better for you. So if we use 2 people as an example, and admittedly they've been with us a long time, Ben and Jazz, but even them, and I've told this to them already, don't lift heavy enough. They don't use heavy enough kettlebells. Now, Ben will come to boot camp when he can make it with a 16 kilogram and a 20 kilogram, both decent weights. But let me put that into perspective. When I tell you that in competition kettlebells, when people get together and have competitions, the ladies use a 16 kilogram. And that's Ben using the same as a lady. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being the same as ladies. That's not my point. The point is he could be using a lot heavier. So much so that the other day, I threw it upon all of them to ask them with the heavy kettlebells they had to do double kettlebell work. That means swinging 2 kettlebells at a time, which meant Ben had to swing 2 times 32 kilogram kettlebells, 64 kilograms. That's 3 times heavier than he's ever swung before. And he did it. He found it hard. It was a challenge. I don't think he quite finished a set of reps. So what? He challenged himself because he was forced to put in a position where he had no choice. I can't do that with him at boot camp because he's only got a 20 kilogram. Jazz, who I think I'm right in saying brings a 12 kilogram to boot camp. She may tell me I'm wrong. But on the other day, she, for a short period of time, was swinging 2 16 kilogram kettlebells, a total of 32 kilograms. Almost 3 times what she swings normally. Doesn't matter how long she's been with us, doesn't matter how long Ben's been with us. The proof is that actually they could do a lot more for themselves, and they're just 2 people. They know I'm not picking on them because I've told them to their faces it's not about these 2, but it's about everybody. So my thought for you, because I don't want to make this video too long, is you're not doing yourself any favours turning up the 4 kilogram or a 6 kilogram or a 10 kilogram. Nobody at boot camp should be using less than an 8 kilogram. Nobody. That's a standard. That's basic. But actually most of you should be using 12s and 16s and 20s. And perhaps even 24s. Let's not rush though. Let's build it up slowly. I appreciate there's a cost for these kettlebells. So why would you buy kettlebells that really are too light and waste money when you could be getting a kettlebell that's going to last you weight-wise a lot longer? That means when we're doing bicep curls, it's a lot harder. When you're doing tricep extensions with a kettlebell, it's a lot harder. Therefore, you're doing a lot more damage to your muscles in a good way, because that's how we build muscle. Doesn't mean you're going to get bulky. Ladies, you're not going to get bulky by lifting a few kettlebells once or twice a week. Because trust me, it's hard to get bulky. All I'm asking is that you start thinking about what you should be using, because I want to help you. It's actually frustrating that I can't help you. I can't push you to go and get those kettlebells. But the kettlebells I have with me every week are for the use of the people on the 6-week program. They're not for the use of everybody else. As a member, you need your own kettlebell. So if you've got a birthday coming up, or even if you haven't, think about treating yourself or getting someone to treat you to a heavy kettlebell. That's all I ask. Because then we can get so much use out of that, and you can get so much stronger, you can get so much leaner, you can get so much fitter than swinging around a 6 kilogram. Just think about 6 kilograms. It's a couple of bags of sugar. You do that every day, every week with your weekly shop, or when you're moving the kids around, if you've got young kids or the grandkids, it's nothing. So, my rant in the nicest possible way is over. I want you to seriously think about this, and if you're not sure what weight I'm going to suggest for you, then message me. Let me know. Reply to the email I've sent with this in. Send me a message on Discord. Talk to me at boot camp. Even if you don't come to a kettlebell session, generally, still think about doing this for yourself at home. Think about what you can be lifting. When it comes to a Monday circuit where I do provide all the weights, don't automatically pick up the lightest weight. Think about it. Can I really push myself and drain my body by picking up a 4 kilogram? I would suggest the answer is no. So look, I hope this has been helpful. It's not meant to be any more than helpful and a way of pushing everyone forward, because that's what I want to do. Everybody at every body boot camp needs to work harder, put a shift in, and lift heavier. Any questions, you know where I am. Take this with the love that it's meant. And I'm going to now sign off from Lanzarote and see you all back at a session very soon.